Isaac Garindo. I think we're done, right? That's all we need.
I mean, yeah, that's
Let's
about
wrap,
it.
folks. There it is. No way. Let's get this show rolling. Yo! What's up, everybody? Here we go. Walking the Wire, Week 14 edition. Brian and Brennan here for Fantasy Football Advice Network. It's Too Much Fantasy Football coming at you here. We're talking waiver wires today. We're talking Isaac Garindo. And we might talk a few other players. How you doing today, man?
Oh, just opening up my Twitter feed, and then the first thing I see is, do you want to guess what CJ Stroud's quarterback ranking is from 1 to 64 is over the last 6 weeks? Points per game.
Fantasy finishes or points per game?
Yeah, just last 6 weeks, points per game. Where is he at? QB what? What do you think he is?
Let's go 33.
He is 33.
I was like, we're going to go outside the top 32. We're going to say that he's, wow. That's something right there.
He is, which, like, no offense, like, I don't want to say, like, we called it. I mean, I think everyone can kind of see the writing on the wall with that one. Like, the expectations were super high with what his actual outcome could be. And so, like, I don't even think he'll be drafted next year. Like, I don't think he's going to be like one of the top 12 next year. You can't make that case.
I was going to say 10-team leagues for sure he won't be drafted. You get to like 12-team, you might have, some more casual fans and stuff like that doing that, but he's going to be an easy rotation piece. And if he doesn't have a good week 1 matchup, he's going to easily get rotated. But I mean, like, I can name off a few names right now and just think like Bo Nix. I'd rather have Bo Nix than CJ Stroud. Caleb Williams. I think I'd rather have Caleb Williams than CJ Stroud next year, purely for fantasy. Again, I think this is more so for fantasy purposes before everyone freaks out on them in real life. Yeah, CJ, like, he's great NFL quarterback. I think the Texans have something with him there if they can get this figured out. But for fantasy, no, he's got no floor. He's got no rushing floor. So like, he's going to be a more talented Kirk Cousins. He's going to be, like that. That's the realm of what we're looking at here. Jason popping in the chat right off the bat. Drop Braylon Allen for Isaac Garindo.
Yes. It's the rest of the season. Both our guys are missing. It's 100% yes for me.
Yeah. I'm definitely going for Isaac Garindo for sure. I still want to like roster Braylon Allen. Obviously, Brees is was it last week? He was coming off the injury, but I don't know. Well, how many wide receivers you got? You got 5, 6? Because you can probably drop that 6th wide receiver for Braylon. But yeah, Isaac, we're going all in for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think about it. Like, when can you think of the last time the RB1 and RB2 both went down in the same game, and then it's a fantasy aspect of it?
So, I mean, we can't expect them to roll out there with Garindo and Juszczyk this week. Like, is Lenny Fournette, is he going to get a call, do you think? Like,
I hate that that's like the name now. Everyone's just like, it's Leonard Fournette. He's going to come in. It used to be Le'Veon Bell. Now it's Leonard Fournette. And I think they do call somebody. I think they like pick up the phone for some aspect of like an older veteran, but it doesn't matter. I think Isaac Garindo gets a ton of run.
I think so too. I mean, just kind of coming out of college, I don't necessarily love him between the tackles as far as like footwork and stuff like that. But he's the kind of guy that like one cut away, if you get him on the outside, exactly what this scheme is built for, I think he can really succeed.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Have you heard the rumblings of Deontay Johnson wanting to be released right now?
Dude, I'm dying here. Bateman goes down. This is a perfect opportunity to put like this.
How many snaps did he play?
0. He didn't play snap.
It's so crazy. That's so crazy. Snap. He played 0. I know.
How? Like, this is the exact reason they traded for him, in case Flowers or Bateman goes down, and either one of them really should be counted on as a wide receiver 1 or 2, even though they are. So like,
it's got to be like an attitude thing. It's got to be something like internal, like where he's just like, F you, F everybody here. This team, like, why the hell did you do this? Like, he probably cost himself so much money from doing this, like, because he could easily be a top 20 wide receiver in Carolina right now with this Bryce Young.
Yeah, 100%. That's why we went after him in best ball. Like, he was so cheap. I filled my pockets, lined them with Deontay Johnson's, and damn, yeah, it's clearly got to be some sort of attitude thing with him. Something like, I mean, Steelers don't get rid of solid wide receivers. They usually keep the good ones and let the ones that are piss poor go on, move on. So
Pickens stays. Pickens lives forever.
Oh God, here we go. That's what this was. This was you to segue into Pickens, and we're gonna spend the next 20 minutes on him.
Hey, Pickens or Christian Watson? Oh, just curious. Oh, it's really quiet over there.
Are we talking about like getting something off the top shelf? Because I'm taking 6'4" Christian Watson, if that's what we're looking for here.
Nah, you can take a broken wannabe looking Megatron. I don't care what you got. It's Pickens.
We got Lewis coming in here. Am I crazy for thinking Aiden O'Connell can go crazy versus Tampa Bay? No, I don't think it's crazy.
No, I don't. After watching that Chiefs game, anything's kind of possible, but I'm not starting him.
I mean, Superflex. Where are you at with? I mean, if you put him in there by apocalypse here, you might have to.
Yeah, you actually kind of might have to, because like Mac Jones might even be a starter in Superflex leagues this week.
Yeah, I mean, Tampa Bay is 31st against points to the quarterback. So like giving the second most. Aiden O'Connell had what, 300 yards, or was it 280 or 300 against Kansas City last week? Like
he had great numbers regardless. Like it didn't matter. Dude he probably finishes what QB? He had to be a top 15 QB.
Finishes QB 13. He was 23 for 35, 340 and 2.
Crazy.
So Lewis there, who you start Aiden O'Connell over? So like in some context, no, I don't think it's crazy. But if you're talking about starting
him or Geno Smith.
Oh, who's Geno got this week? Oh my God, I'm struggling to find it here.
It's the Cardinals, I think.
Cardinals.
I think it's in Arizona.
Give me Aiden O'Connell. Like, Cardinals have been sneaky good over the last month. I think give me Aiden O'Connell.
All right.
Wait. Come on, you got to answer it too. Where are you at?
I'll lean Geno. I mean, I can't sit there because like this is week 14. We are going to the playoffs, and like there's some leagues where like I have Anthony Richardson as my quarterback, and I do need to make some sort of move for the quarterback play, and like Geno's been my backup for him. But like I don't know if I have the stones to start Aiden O'Connell. But like this is where it's like do or die moments. But I'm gonna say Geno Smith gets more points than Aiden O'Connell this week.
All right. Well, Aiden O'Connell or Kirk Cousins against Minnesota.
Kirk Cousins, he goes ham against his old team. There's just something there. Nah, I just watched Jerry Jeudy go fucking bananas on the Denver Broncos. I don't care.
Aiden O'Connell, it looks like Lewis popped back in. Carr, Levis, A-Rod, Cooper Rush. You playing him over like Cooper Rush over all of them?
Yeah, I'm playing. Okay, so Aiden O'Connell over Derek. The Saints play the.
Levis has Jacksonville.
Yeah, but Levis also throws interceptions a lot.
Hey, Jameis showed us last night that interceptions
didn't matter. Yeah, I know, did not matter at all. I'd probably start Aiden O'Connell over Derek Carr, Cooper Rush for sure. Because I think they're just like, if you had to pick the three, they're all similar. They don't do anything rushing upside. Even A-Rod too. I might start Will Levis over the rest. I think I'll go Levis and then O'Connell, and you can pick the three after that.
I'm right there with you. Yeah. I think I'd go Levis, O'Connell, and then I think it's Carr, Rush, and A-Rod. Yeah, A-Rod's down at the bottom.
Yeah, dude, I cannot believe that we're actually talking about Aiden O'Connell. This week 14. Because so it's the Colts, the Ravens, who am I missing?
Oh, as far as bye weeks this week?
Yeah, bye weeks, yeah.
It's Ravens, Broncos, Texans, Colts, Patriots, Commanders.
Dude, it's right. I remember I looked at one of my teams and it was just all bye, and I was like, I am so screwed.
I mean, yeah, you got Lamar, Bo, and Jaden Daniels right off the top. Anthony Richardson too. Yeah, CJ, we just talked about what you do there. But
so running backs, right? So then you got Jonathan Taylor, Brian Robinson,
Mixon,
Javonte
Williams.
No, we can't say it. Did you see the stat line? It was like 12 carries, -6 yards and a touchdown or something like that. It was something wild I saw this morning. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Dude, he's oh man.
He's cooked.
He hasn't even gotten to his next contract. Why?
Julian McLaughlin was so much better last night, by the way.
Dude, that's so annoying. Like we haven't seen McLaughlin and Mims all season. And all we got promised at the end of last year is they were going to come out there and get more. They haven't done anything. They haven't done dick all season long. And look at them coming out. Mims at 105 yards.
You know how I had my epiphanies for teams to take running backs? I think Broncos Ashton Genty could make a lot of sense there. That makes a ton of sense. If
Sean
he somehow falls, Sean Payton taking a guy he just sees and he's just yes, lean on him the entire way and just makes Bo Nix's life so much easier. Yeah, I think Ashton Genty goes for sure a lot higher than people are going to realize this year because I think a lot of teams could just look at that and be like, yeah, we could use that for the next 4 years.
So you brought up Javonte Williams. We're going to combine his last 2 weeks just rushing.
Oh God,
12 carries. How many yards do you think he has on those 12 carries?
It was like 6, right? It was something stupid low. 3?
12 carries in 2 weeks. He has -1 yards on 12
That's
carries.
I saw something ridiculous like that. On a touchdown, though. He has 1 touchdown.
1 touchdown. Yeah, 2 weeks ago it was 8 for -2. This week it was 4 for 1 and a touchdown.
That touchdown saved so many people who started Javonte. They were just I needed something.
He's 24 years old, man. Golly.
Yeah, that's bad. He's for sure going to be cut next year, I think.
All right, we got Nino in here. Got a late trade deadline and looking to get a nice wide receiver with easy playoff schedule. Would you send B-Rob Debo for Drake London? Yeah, if you can get rid of Debo for sure.
Yeah, if you get Debo. He's on a bye this week, so you're getting somebody who's actually going to play right now. And if you're you need to make the playoffs, that's an easy no-brainer trade because you're going to get somebody who's going to start.
I mean, yeah, it's essentially Drake London for B-Rob. I'm not starting Debo in the playoffs at this point. I mean, do you think his stock goes up any with CMC being gone?
No, dude. That team just looks mentally checked out. That there's just nothing about that team. When you watch them play against the Bills on Sunday night, you're just they just seem to have a lack of no fight. There's no fight in that team.
Yeah, Falcons get Minnesota, Vegas, Giants, and Washington. It's pretty favorable matchups in there.
Good schedule. Yeah, good schedule.
Give me Drake. I like it. Benjamin, what you got? What's up?
Oh, what's Benjamin got here? Sorry.
I need to drop a player to pick up a defense. Who should I drop? Hopkins, Hunt, Herbert. I have Burrow or Mooney. I think Hunt's top of the list.
Mooney or Hunt. Yeah, depending on what you're at for I guess for running backs and wide receivers, but if I didn't just know and I had to pick one just looking just off this, I'd probably drop Mooney.
We just talked about his favorable schedule with Drake London.
I know, but Kirk Cousins has also been
this is true. There has been booty there. Yeah, I think I'd be going with Hunt or Mooney, probably leaning Hunt, just that schedule they have remaining.
Pacheco looked a lot. Actually, I might change my mind. I think Pacheco looked really well against the Raiders, so I think I'd probably drop him.
Yeah, I don't think Kansas City. They got the Chargers, the Browns, Houston, and Pittsburgh. Those are some rough running defenses.
Dude.
Man. How about another Bipocalypse question? I'm coming in with nasty ones. Let's do it, man. Let's just get filthy. Thielen versus Philadelphia, MVS versus the Giants, Warren versus Cleveland. Yeah.
Thielen.
Yeah, if you're really shooting for upside, I guess maybe it might be MVS.
Yeah, if you're going for the highest of high upside of the 67-yard and a touchdown where you think that's the clips of 14 points, then sure. But I think Thielen has a very safe floor and also a decent amount of high upside.
I haven't really gotten to dig too deep into these games this week, but last time we saw Pittsburgh and Cleveland, it was a grinder. It wasn't a great fantasy game. Do you think we get the opposite here? Or do you think it's another?
I think the Steelers win this one because like I think they'll always split it. I think that division just beats the shit out of each other every year. There's no like clear cut takeaway. So I still like Thielen though because I just think they're using Najee to the fullest right now.
I feel you. Albert popping in. What's happening, Albert? Always here every week. We appreciate it.
Hola.
Abraham, here's a biggie. Hey guys, getting offered Kupp and Rachaad White for K9. If I accept, my playoff roster would be Lamar, Kyron, JT, Jefferson, Kupp, Kittle, Zay Flowers. Bench would be Rachaad White, Amari, Ridley, Dobbs, and Douglas. I'm keeping.
So if it's not that though, yeah. So then you'd have Kyron, JT as your RB1, RB2. You'd have Jefferson, Zay Flowers as your wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2. Calvin Ridley has really good matchups at the end of the year.
Calvin Ridley might be wide receiver 2. For Zay,
yeah,
I mean Zay's out this week.
Yeah, true. That's what I'm saying. So you're going to start Zay Flowers, you're going to start Ken Walker this week against Arizona.
Yeah, I like Ken Walker there. Cooper Kupp, he's got a rough schedule rest of season. Rachaad White, we've already seen the emergence of Bucky Irving.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so give me Ken Walker.
No, sure. Yeah, I'm sorry. I even said Zay Flowers. I was like, Zay Flowers not playing this week.
Yeah, so even slide Ridley up there with Kupp and, or not with Kupp, with Jefferson.
Jefferson, yeah, no, I think you have a really good like team going into the playoffs. So like, I wouldn't
for sure.
I wouldn't touch this.
Nice anchor piece with Kittle, Dobbs, and Douglas are decent PPR ads plays as well. Yeah, man, I'd hold tight. Yeah. Hold tight. They're trying to ship off Rachaad White. I don't want any bit of that nastiness.
Yeah, they saw what happened with Bucky. They're like, oh, I want off this train. No, thank you.
And Kupp, it's just wishful thinking at this point. It hasn't been great over the last month.
Yeah.
Basically, it's either what I want Kupp or K9 for fantasy playoffs. Yeah. No, I give me Ken Walker.
Let's compare the schedule, though. So who do the Rams have going in the playoffs, and then who does Seattle have? I think they play each other, if I'm not mistaken.
Rams, they play Buffalo this week, and then they get San Francisco, the Jets, and Arizona.
Oh, okay, so they don't play each other. Okay, so
they play Seattle.
Bills don't have. Oh, okay, so irrelevant. The Bills don't have a great secondary.
Bills are hard to throw on this year. I believe because it's the running game that. Yeah, they're third against wide receivers. The Bills are. They're 30th against running backs.
Oh, yeah. It's okay. That's I got it flipped. I knew one or the other was like it was like you could either do one or the other one.
I was on Team U. Like their secondary got eviscerated last year. I really didn't think they'd be good against the pass this year, and they've been way better than expected. So that one's rough for them. Up against San Francisco, yeah, you can abuse them through the air, but then the Jets and Arizona, both those teams, you don't know who's going to show up each week.
And then Seattle, who's Seattle have? They have the Arizona. They have Arizona this week, and then
Seattle, yeah, Arizona. Then they got Green Bay, Minnesota, and Chicago. That Minnesota game was rough.
Yeah, that's. But they still use Ken Walker, though. I know it's been a little wonky, but like I think he's extremely talented. I guess if I had to pick, though, I think I might lean Kupp for that push.
I don't know. It's hard. Like I lean running backs this year. It's hard to lean on wide receivers. Even if you have a top 10 finish from a wide receiver, it's just not as high as what that's been in prior years. I guess Kupp, yeah, coming off wide receiver 2, 13, and then this past week 78. So
yeah, it was just a weird game against the. I mean, Demarcus Robinson got another touchdown, being wide open. Like, because how many targets did Kupp have last week though? Like that. Let's just look at that.
6 targets, yeah, 6 targets. Prior to that, it was 11, 10, 7, 14, 8.
Yeah, I'm still trusting Kupp. Like, I'm still gonna trust Kupp.
What else? We Lewis coming back in here. Warren has 15.4 in PPR versus Cleveland last time, but I agree with Thielen.
Yeah, I just think it was. I think you just saw the emergence of Najee, though. I don't think they're just gonna go like, we're gonna use Warren the same way against Cleveland. I don't think that'll be the case. And yeah, I still think Thielen's the better matchup.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at what Yeah, Najee just didn't do well against Cleveland. 16 carries, 41 yards. So yeah, Warren got a lot of that usage, but oh man, Thielen's just been absorbing everything. Is it worth starting Garindo over Tyreek, JSN, or MHJ?
Those are some names.
I don't think I'm starting him over JSN.
Isaac Garindo. So they play. Who does San Francisco play again? Why am I drawing a blank?
San Francisco plays. Oh my gosh, I almost said Buffalo. No, they play Chicago.
It's a good run D. It's a good defense in general.
Yeah, if you're gonna beat the Bears, it is on the run game, but yeah, they are a solid D. And then you've got, I don't know, JSN though. It's the Cardinals. It's a weird one, back to back, or I guess not back to back, 2 of 3 games where they're meeting. DK is a little banged up. He says he's okay. Oh man, JSN hasn't been below 70 yards in 4 weeks or in 4 games.
I know. I guess if I'm truly gonna pick one, I don't think I would though. I think Marvin Harrison. I think that'd be my, because Seattle's been very good the past couple weeks. Yeah, I think.
Is Tyreek just off the table here?
I think I'm gonna start Tyreek though. They play the Patriots, right? Is it the Pats?
Oh, I guess I'm looking at it. So they're playing all 3 of these receivers. Who is Garindo starting over? Okay, I think I was reading that wrong. Tyreek gets the Jets.
The Jets.
Yeah, Jackson Smith and Jigba against Arizona, and then Marvin Harrison gets Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to bench JSN right now. The dude's just been on a heater.
I don't know who. Oh man, like you said, MHJ is probably who you're leaning.
I think MHJ would be the guy I'd lean towards.
I think so too. He's just been so inconsistent. Of course, when you bench him, he's probably going to blow up, and you're going to be pretty pissed. You can come back here. You can yell at us. I go
that's
for
true.
it, man. I don't mind. But that's how the cookie crumbles. Helping us out there. Yeah, Chicago is who the Niners are playing. I have 8 players on bye this week. I'm 9. Hey, at least you don't have to worry about making it into the playoffs.
Yeah, unless you're like some skewed thing where because you'd still make playoffs. I highly doubt there's a lot of teams that are 10-3 or something like that. So
yeah, not in one league.
Just take the L. You might not get the bye, which sucks, but like, hey, you're in the playoffs, which is all you can ask for.
Yeah, if you're still in contention of getting that first round bye, try and get the best lineup you can. If not, I'm picking up players for next week. If you have the bye, then you're picking up players for 2 weeks. But go ahead and get those players now so that you're not having to drop fab on them if fab situation is your way. But yeah, start checking out your defenses for those next 2 weeks. Look at Paul flexing on us, showing out he's kicking some booty in his league. I love it.
Yeah, dude,
I love it. So Garindo, is he just a full fab dump for you? Or are you going to try and keep a couple bucks?
How I'd look at it is look to see how much money you have. Look at other teams, how much they have. If you're the highest one, leave yourself whatever X amount that you just only need to secure it. So like if you have 33, but the next person has 16, then obviously at that point you do 17 just because you're going to get it, and then keep the other amount as well.
Yeah, you still kind of. I like to always have at least $3 to $5 going into the playoffs, just to, if I need a $1 up on somebody, I can.
Yeah.
Oh, Paul coming back. I drafted Barkley and Henry back-to-back 10-man league,
and that's why.
Yeah, you're gonna be sitting this week with Henry on the bench.
Yeah.
I guess
could easily carry him though to a win, which is crazy to say.
Yeah. Did you see that thing from Underdog? That if you drafted Saquon Barkley, you have a 50% chance of being first or second in your league.
This year's CMC basically.
Yeah, but coming in at the 3rd round?
Barkley? No,
2nd round.
He was end of first, beginning second.
I don't feel like I ever had to spend a first round pick to get him.
Yeah, most of my leagues he was end of first, early second. I didn't see him go past any of my leagues past pick 13. So
okay, I want to check that. I couldn't remember if he was 2nd or 3rd for me, but yeah, I just don't. There were so many wide receivers going at the end of the first. with your Puka Nakuas, your Garrett Wilsons, your
Best
Marvin
ball,
Harrison.
he was like mid-second though.
Oh yeah,
I will
that's what I
say
was
that.
talking
I
about,
did.
best ball.
Yeah, best ball. He was for sure like a mid-second. I did see him go earlier and sometimes a little later, but like he was typically a mid-second pick.
Yeah, that's what I was going for best ball. So outside of Isaac Rendo, I guess is there anybody you're really looking to start this week, or is it mainly just high upside backfields like the Braylon Allens, the Corum, Charbonnet, Benson, Spears?
I would still try to pick up Chris Rodriguez like for next week because like he kind of did the Austin Eckler thing a little bit. Parker Washington, because I think he did very well with Mac Jones.
Yeah, I like Parker Washington as a deep dig play this week. It looks 6 teams on bye. It's bad. What about Sincere McCormick for the Raiders? 12 carries, 64 yards.
I know he's going to be picked up too. Like I think if people are like dumping their fab on Isaac and just like don't get somebody, like he's someone you should put like $2 on. Just like if you don't get him, like oh well, but like you can get somebody else who might just be just as effective as Isaac Rendo because he looked really really good.
Yeah, 5.3 a carry. It's pretty good. Gets Tampa Bay, Atlanta, Jacksonville, New Orleans. Some decent matchups in there. He's probably going to be a guy, if he doesn't get a touchdown, you're not going to be happy. But points are points at this point in the season.
Yeah, another name, I think if they don't bring in somebody, Patrick Taylor will be the RB2 if I had to guess for San Francisco. So that's just another one because like you just don't know. They might just be like, all right, Isaac Rendo's going to be lead back all today because that's what Shanahan does. But could start week 1. Patrick Taylor comes out there. Like, don't be. I wouldn't be shocked because Shanahan isn't going to be, showing all of his cards. He clearly doesn't care. Hides injuries.
Yeah, and we've seen multiple games this season with these guys in with Juszczyk getting, a few carries here. You usually absorb some targets, so it's gonna. I mean, they're not playing for anything. Like, yeah, I guess technically they're fighting for a playoff spot, but no, they're not. Not really. I think it's a 5% chance they make the playoffs.
Yeah. The only other like wide receiver name I saw was like Sterling Shepard. He got some decent amount of work. That's about it.
Wait, come on. What about the superstar, Mr. NWI?
I knew you were gonna say Nick Westbrook-Akine. I saw him too, and I was just like, "There's a league where like I legitimately might, I might have to like pick him up and start him, like because I have no other options." So it's rough.
Are you doing him or MVS? Which hyphen are you taking?
I go MVS. I feel more. I just feel like this is the week where Westbrook-Akine does not get the touchdown. I'm going to put money on for no touchdown for Nick Westbrook-Akine.
I'd love to see what his. I need to look at his touchdown numbers this week.
I'm about to look up right. Yeah, I'm about to look it up right now. I just think it's just like no, there's no way. All right, let's see player props. Oh, they're not the player props out yet. That's whack.
It's still early. Nino popped in. This is such an ugly question. I know. But
No
he countered London
here.
Downs for B-Rob, Debo, Tillman, Brooks.
So you
Downs
get
is on... No, Downs is
a
out. He's
bye.
on IR. Yeah, and a bye.
For my B-Rob, Debo, Tillman. Honestly, I take that, dude.
Yeah,
because if you're in the playoffs, you can start Downs and Drake London too. Like, because we clearly missed him last week.
Yeah, playoffs, you're not playing Debo or Tillman. I mean, unless we see some huge change in scheme this week for Debo, but like you're probably not playing them. Brooks probably not either. Downs, you're not either. You can probably just drop him. Like, I think it's really just comes down to London and B-Rob. But this opens up roster spots for you. It looks like it'll open up 2 spots. You can pick up guys.
My thing for you is, do you need to make playoffs this week? Yes or no? Because I think I'd rather have Brian Robinson rest of the season versus Drake London.
Yeah.
Okay. This is what I wanted to see. Starting quarterbacks: Kyler, James Cook, Bucky, great. Jetta's Nico, McBride, McLaurin, Chase. Yeah, dude. Honestly, you're trading for depth at this point, and B-Rob is. Yeah, I'd just rather keep the team how you have it, dude. I don't think you need Drake London. Your wide receivers are great. You have Jefferson and Nico.
And McLaurin is your
McLaurin.
third, yeah.
Yeah. You just stay put, dude. You have a great lineup. Don't touch it. I like.
Hey, I like your 3 running backs too: James Cook, Bucky, and Chase Brown. I don't like B-Rob might be fighting to get a playing spot at this point.
Yeah, I think you might be looking at matchups for B-Rob because like I'm not taking Bucky out of my lineup and I'm not taking James Cook out of my lineup. Yeah, yeah.
I got Chase Brown, I think, higher than James Cook. It's just the usage.
Really? Yeah.
I mean, just the simple fact you have Ray Davis there too, who could steal something. Nobody's stealing anything from Chase Brown, and that team scores some points too.
Yeah, you have a solid team, dude. Like, just
don't rock the
keep
boat.
it as is. Yeah,
they're trying to tap into your team because you've got some solid pieces.
Yeah, this is one of those where they're just trying to dismantle your team before the playoffs. Which
that last ditch effort for them to make the playoffs most likely.
Yeah,
clinch playoffs. All right, yeah, he said he's in.
Yeah,
dude, I'd hold. Yeah, hold tight. You got a chip coming your way as long as the fantasy gods don't kick you in the nards.
Yeah,
which that happens. So don't buy the trophy yet. Get ready for heartbreak that first week. Because that's what usually happens to me. You know, that elite team, you've just been running the table, and it's that first week of the playoffs. Exit.
Yeah.
Tight ends. Look, I know you don't like it when we bring him up, but I got to talk about some Will Dissly this week. If Ladd is hampered,
how many catches did Will Dissly get last week, Brian?
Look, he was
injured.
He was injured last. He had 0 points. That's what I thought. 0 points. But he was injured. He was on the injury report last week, so like completely understandable. Prior to that, 4 targets, 6 targets. Look, I'm not saying Kyle Pitts. I don't know why you're yelling at me here. Okay, I've moved on from Kyle Pitts. Fucking bullshit.
Yeah, dude. Let me ask you this: since you want to talk about tight ends, we'll do a hypothetical. I think Brock Bowers will be a 12. He'll go 12 to 15th overall in next year's draft. Are you going to take him?
Probably not.
Okay,
but it's not because of talent. It's just I don't take tight ends that early.
Yeah, they rarely pay off.
Yeah. It's all it takes is an injury to him, or just all sorts of things. We also have quarterback questions. I mean,
he leads the league in receptions. That's so crazy. I would like, dude is a machine.
Now, where's the level of that speaks highly to him into how bad this year is for wide receivers? Because I think that has to be.
I liked him out of college. Like I thought he was an elite prospect, and I was really hoping for the Colts to take him because God, we need somebody.
Raiders, Raiders.
Seriously. No, I think he's extremely talented. I think if there's someone to try to like, you want to say dump everything, your draft capital and dynasty, it's him, dude. I will try to do everything I can to try to trade for him if the owner of the Brock Bowers guy wants to move him, because like I will do unspeakable things to try to acquire that man.
Yeah, that Grand Theft Auto League I was telling you about earlier today.
Yeah.
I traded Najee for Brock Bowers in week 3. So
you're an idiot.
No. I got Brock Bowers for Najee.
I know. What an idiot for the dude to take that trade.
Well, he first offered me for Brian Robertson, and I countered with Najee, and he accepted. And ever since then, I've been riding pretty in that league.
Why can't you invite me in these leagues, Brian? Why don't I get the invites?
Come on, come on over. This Grand Theft Auto League. It's been a fun one.
Yeah, no kidding. I'd like to be in a league like that. It's like they call it vampire leagues or.
I think vampire is actually different than GTA.
Okay,
but I want to.
Vampire is the one where like you. I think Vampire is the one where if the team loses like the lowest scoring week, everyone's a free agent. Is that what I'm thinking of then?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Vampire, I think the Vampire doesn't draft. They just get to build a league of whatever's left after the draft.
Yeah.
And then I think
if you lose to them.
Yeah.
How do they win though?
They have to eliminate everybody out of the league.
Oh.
Yeah. So if
by
you lose
points
them,
or is it by matchup though?
I think it's matchup because inevitably, as you start dropping people, they'll get to play them coming through the playoffs. But I don't remember. It's one of the only few like formats I haven't played is Vampire.
Yeah.
But Grand Theft Auto, folks, you haven't played it. Every week, the winner gets to steal somebody from the loser's team. Get some protection on some.
You get protection, right? What's like?
Yeah, the first like 6 weeks you get to protect 8 players, and then the next 3 weeks you get to protect 7, and then like 6, 5, 4. So like this week, they only got to protect 2 players. So the guy I played against protected Jefferson and JT. So I had like Monty to choose from. I had I don't even remember the rest of them. But yeah, it was pretty good.
It's such a kick in the dick when you draft such a good team.
I had Cooper Kupp stolen from me. Which worked out this past week.
That's great for you. You're like,
I had Debo stolen from me right before the madness fell. I had Daniels stolen from me the week he got hurt. AJ Brown, that one hurt too. But yeah, I've had some great players leave. It's been some shit.
So what happens in playoffs? Do you get to steal players in playoffs or no?
I believe so. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Because I'm a little worried. The top team, he's pretty legit. So if he steals too many, that's why I think actually the bye week's gonna hurt the top player because it's one less week he gets to steal somebody. All right, we got a little help coming in here. Nino, can you try and trade Kyler and B-Rob for a top 4 QB? When you say top 4 QB, who does that come to your mind when you think about that?
Lamar.
Even though he's got the bye this, I guess if he's clinched the playoffs,
he's clinched playoffs. He's because Andre's asking for Nino. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
Lamar for sure. Jalen, Josh. Who am I missing? Who's another? Why am I drawing a blank?
Will Levis.
He
plays Jacksonville twice and Cincinnati.
He's a free agent.
Oh man. You know what's funny is the Raiders have the second best schedule remaining: Tampa Bay, Atlanta, Jacksonville, New Orleans.
I'm trying to think of like players who I'd like legitimately like, because you're gonna overpay for sure. You wanna overpay at this point for Nino because he has such a good team. Like it's okay to lose somebody if you gain something else.
Dude, the Giants get New Orleans, Baltimore, Atlanta, Indy. Why do all of these crap teams get these great matchups?
Would you consider Jaden Daniels to trade? Like. Oh no, because you wouldn't. Well, yeah, actually, he would do that. So Kyler and B-Rob for Jaden Daniels.
So he's got 2 good weeks. He got New Orleans in the championship against Atlanta, but it's that second week in the playoffs. He gets Philadelphia. Is Jaden Daniels? Do you think he's matchup proof enough where you feel comfortable with that?
Yeah, because they also think that the Commanders aren't like 100% secure with a playoff spot. So like. I think they're playing for something.
I don't mind Kyler rest of season. I know it's been hard for him, but like if you look at it, he's only had 3 matchups this season where he's had a plus matchup, where he's played teams that are top 16 against the or bottom 16 against the quarterback, and he played against the 14th, 15th, and 16th worst team. So like it hasn't been an easy run for the guy. He has Seattle, the Patriots, the Panthers, and the Rams remaining. I'm not too scared of that, even for Kyler.
Wild name here. What is Bo Nix's schedule like for the rest of the season? I think he actually has a hard one. I think he has the Chiefs again.
No. Well, yeah, no, that's week 18. So
okay.
He's got the bye this week, but then he comes back. He's got Indianapolis, the Chargers, and Cincinnati. So Bo Nix, again, just like Jaden Daniels, they have a rough.
Bo Nix championship weekend is going to be bananas. I'm calling it now. Bo Nix is going to be the reason why people win championships. It's going to be fucking crazy.
Cortland Sutton, top 3.
Dude, oh my god, I can't wait for championship weekend to see like the stones that people had, like because they're probably like Mahomes or Bo Nix that week or something crazy like that. And you're just that's where you have the stones to win it all, man.
That's gonna be like a Marvin Mims play,
dude.
Oh, that's. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, Bo Nix, he's got a great one. Of course, that second week is rough, but I'm trying to look at who some of these people like. Jared Goff, Brock Purdy, they've got 2 of the worst. They get Buffalo, the Bears, and San Francisco, and yeah, that Detroit, San Francisco. I remember best ball. That was like hearts throbbing to get like your correlation piece with the last game of the season, Detroit and San Francisco, and look at it now. If you have any of the Niners correlated pieces, it's shit.
Yeah, I don't mind Goff though. for the playoff run, though.
Would you rather have Lamar and Bo Nix are both out this week, but who would you rather have, Bo Nix with that schedule or Lamar who plays the Giants, Pitt, and Houston?
I still think I pick Lamar. It's tough to sit there and I'm gonna pick Lamar.
I'm ashamed to say it's closer than I actually want to say. I think I would pick Lamar just on history, but
principle. Yeah, I'm not, because he's still fighting for the MVP at the end of the day. Like he's still.
I don't think he cares about the MVP. I think he wants that Super Bowl more than anything.
Yeah, until you see like another $1 million bonus hit in your bank account, and you'll be thinking otherwise.
That's true. That's true. Jordan Love's not too bad. He gets Seattle, New Orleans, and Minnesota his final 3 games.
Yeah, I don't mind him. He's probably going to still be like a QB 10 to 12, though. He's just like a very safe start.
I think, when it comes to your guys that don't give you that rushing upside, I think he's kind of top of the list outside of those guys.
Because we wouldn't be shocked if he throws for 404 touchdowns, but we also wouldn't be shocked if he throws 202 with 3 interceptions.
Yeah. So I probably like Levis over Love. I'm right there with you.
Okay, I didn't say that. I did not say that. Over my dead body, will you ever see me say that?
Oh man, the amount of underdog teams I need Levis to just blow up these last 4 weeks. It's bad. I start looking at my exposure rate. I'm like, God, I'm like kicking ass with guys like Johnny Smith. I got him as top 3 in exposure, and then I look at some of my others. I'm like, well, that kind of offsets the Johnny there.
Yeah, I have. I think for most of my best balls, like my last pick, I took like Isaac Garendo if I drafted CMC, but all my CMC teams are just butt cheeks.
Yeah.
So like, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, it's some shit out there.
Yeah. I hate best ball. Why do I play it?
I'm definitely going to approach it differently. I say that this will
you
be my
say that every
summer.
year.
This will be my 4th summer.
It's my 3rd one. I'm like, next year will be my 4th one where I gotta think like, all right, what am I gonna do differently? Which is crazy because like all my late round picks that I told my buddies, I was like, who? Because they always we always share each other like what's our late gems. And I was like, it's Tyrone Tracy and Ricky Pearsall. Those were like the rookie gems. I was like, those are guys I think can make names. Which in theory it was great. Well, Tyrone Tracy's been great. Ricky Pearsall, meh. But and then J.K. Dobbins just died, which he was like my 2nd highest owned stock player.
I was harder on Gus Edwards, which it's hurting my.
Yeah, I was a big JK guy.
JK. Defenses. Let's talk some defensive streamers. How about that? Titans against Jacksonville. We got Mac Jones coming back out there. I think that one's one of my favorite plays. Only 5% owned are the Titans.
Yeah.
Saints against Giants. It's like that one with Drew Lock.
No, I wouldn't. I don't think I have the stones to start Drew Lock.
And then we've got Cardinals against Seattle. I think I like it. Cardinals have been so weird. Like they've actually played pretty good defensive wise just the last 4 weeks. I just don't know if I want to do it though.
Yeah, no, it's a divisional game. That game could just be a high-scoring game for all we know, too. Be a shootout. I try to stay away from the divisional games.
I get that. Oh man, trying to look at what else. Buccaneers against Vegas. I don't know. We're talking about O'Connell possibly as a play. So
yeah, so I'd lean away from that. What was I gonna say? What do I have here? I had something in front of me. Okay, so Steelers. So we're talking about coach talk here. Are you gonna buy in on this? Mike Tomlin said it's a matter of time for Mike Williams to get more involved in Pittsburgh's offense.
Sure, maybe he catches a few long balls over the last 5 weeks, but not enough for fantasy football for me.
All right.
At least, I mean, if anything, it just gives you more interest in Michael or Russell Wilson.
True. Let's see. What do I got here? Jerry Jeudy now leads the NFL in receiving yards since Jameis Winston took over in Week 8, despite the Browns having a Week 10 bye.
Yeah, a 200-yard game will do that for you. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's funny.
Did you see Njoku 17 targets this past week?
How many yards did he have though?
52. And 9 catches, 52 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I mean, what Jameis throw? I think it was 59 throws he had.
Yeah. All right, I got a question for you. Let's see if you know the answer. The highest scoring quarterback in fantasy football over the past 4 games is who?
Bo Nix?
No. He's AFC. He's AFC. I'll give you that.
AFC. Josh Allen?
No.
Oh, Joe Burrow.
No.
No, Jameis Winston.
No.
What? Where are we at then?
It's Tua.
No.
Yeah.
Don't be handing out fake stats out here to these people.
Okay.
Wait, what's the... Oh,
yeah.
All right, last 4 games. QB 7, 3, 10, and 22. Yeah, he's... Okay. Yeah, 9 touchdowns over the last 3 games, 0 interceptions. He's only thrown 1 pick since he...
He's been good. He's been very, very good.
He's actually only got 4 picks on the year. He threw 3 in week 2. Outside of that, he's only thrown 1 pick. So why did the Dolphins suck?
You know, had they not played in the cold, I think they'd have been a different game against the Packers. I genuinely mean that.
Luckily, they get the Jets at home this week. They play at Houston, home to San Francisco. It's the championship game in Cleveland. Like,
they have 7 or 8 losses.
The Dolphins, they're 5 and 7.
Yeah, man, it's a tough push for them to make the playoffs.
Oh, I'm talking about my championship week. Like Tyreek Hill, are we going to be afraid to play Tyreek Hill in Cleveland in championship week?
No.
You're still going to play him.
No, you're still going to play him. Well, you're only going to play Jonnu Smith over everybody you just said, and then the other 2 receivers, because Jonnu Smith is wide receiver 1 in Miami.
I mean, the Dolphins play the Jets twice. You might just round those up to wins. They play Houston, who has looked mediocre. San Francisco's fallen apart. The Dolphins could make a push for the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I saw it scheduled, and I was like, because I think the only one I saw in there was like, oh, the Texans game could be a little leery. But I mean, I'm not saying Al-Shazier is like a key, component of their defense, but he's a starter. Now he's done for 3 games. Yeah. He is very sorry that you feel that way about what he did.
Dude, did you see D'Amico Ryan's take on the whole situation?
They're going to defend their guys. Like, at the end of the day, they're going to defend their guys.
He didn't even defend his guys. He just blamed Trevor Lawrence and said that they need to be better. It's like, oh, Trevor just needs to make sure he takes care of himself, gets his head down faster. I'm like, dude, that's
he's a defensive guy.
But like,
he's a defensive guy through and through.
Stay neutral, man. Like, oh, dude. It was just such a bad take to dig into.
Yeah. I will agree, though, with their GM, though, because I do think the suspensions for the hits on quarterbacks are very subjective, and the suspensions that follow.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn on that one. I kind of agree in the fact that, like, it was close. There was a small window of reaction time. But, yeah, you did have the forearm get blasted through afterwards. Like, maybe the initial hit wasn't malicious, but he ended it maliciously. So
I for sure thought, like, a 2-game suspension, but, like, serving 1, like, appealing for 1. Yeah. I didn't think 3. I definitely didn't think 3.
I mean, the NFL knew everybody was watching it. Scott Hansen had it highlighted, so he knew that everybody's watching that shit.
Yeah.
So Dolphins are actually behind the Colts. Colts are the first one on the bubble at 6 and 7. They do have the bye week this week, so the Dolphins can tie it up with them. I don't know.
We own the tiebreaker.
We do.
And then we got to play Denver. So that'll be if we win against Denver, that we control our own fate.
Yeah, 100%, because they're the first ones out on the bubble.
Yeah.
It's funny that them and the Ravens are tied at 8 and 5.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
Because, like, I was looking, because I was just like, do I look for hopium out of all of this for the Colts? And then I was looking at the Ravens schedule, and I was like, nah, they have like 2 wins on there. I think I saw, so I was like, no, they can't make it. I was like, they can't bank on the Ravens or the Chargers.
Yeah, had we not lost both the games to Houston, I think we had a pretty good chance. But 2 games behind them, they own the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
We need a huge implosion from Texas. Oh, wait, they do that. It's okay. They've been watching the Cowboys do it for years.
Yeah. I mean, like, their schedule's not... the Texans have a gauntlet, right? They have, like, the Ravens. They still have the Chiefs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Texans don't exactly have an easy road, that's for sure. I'm trying to pull up their schedule right here. But for some reason, it's not working.
Because for fantasy purposes, too, yeah, they have because, like, I don't think they have, like, a great schedule.
No, not at all. They get, what you call it?
What's the playoffs for them?
They get the bye week this week, of course, and then you got Miami, Kansas City, Baltimore.
That's not an easy schedule.
And then Tennessee at home, divisional game for week 18.
That's not an easy schedule for them.
Sure isn't.
I could easily see them go 1-3 for that schedule.
Yeah, Kansas City, Baltimore, you can almost pencil in as losses. And then Miami, Tennessee, I can see them only winning one of the 2. Shh, shut up. You're giving me hope. Hope. Could you imagine if Anthony Richardson gets this team to the freaking playoffs? Like,
oh, man.
The storylines we're going to get.
I will have so many middle fingers to all the doubters for him.
Because they played Denver, Tennessee, the Giants, and the Jags. Now, luckily, we play the Jacksonville Jags at home. So it's good. It's not a guaranteed loss.
Yeah.
Now, if we need a win and end, we'll probably lose. That's how it works.
Yeah, for sure. We will shoot ourselves in the foot. We do it every year. Anytime we need a win and end, the only time we did that was with Andrew Luck versus the backup of Marcus Mariota.
Dude, last year literally could have taken the division. CJ Stroud would have not gotten nearly as much hype had the freaking Colts snuck in that. To be a fan, folks. To be a fan. Denver, dude. Do you think it's at Denver too?
That's a tough one. I saw that and I was like, oh boy. I was like, I don't like that one.
Shoot. Yeah, I was gonna say, can we lose that one and still sneak?
Yeah, I know. I saw the schedule. I was like, we can't. We legitimately have we had 10-7 guarantees you a playoff spot. 9-8 does not.
Sure doesn't. On the NFC though, what are we looking at? Eagles, Lions, Vikings, Packers are essentially guaranteed in.
It's so funny. The Packers are they'll be the what?
Sixth
They'll be
seed right now.
The 6th seed.
They're the 6th seed at this point because the Vikings are the 5th seed at 10-2.
They play they wouldn't play Tampa. They play not Eagles either. They play Seattle, I think, right? That's who they play. Because I think the NFC North could easily be in the next round of playoffs because they played the 2 bottom teams.
Yeah, they Seattle plays Green Bay, Minnesota, and Chicago. Wow, 3 straight NFC North teams.
And those are games that they could see them again in the playoffs. So
dude, wild stuff. Who do you think has better? Is the NFC better or the AFC better this year?
I think if I had Bills, Ravens, and Chiefs are the head dogs for the AFC.
What about Steelers?
And the head dogs? No, I can't say that. I can't. No. Refuse.
2 games on the Ravens?
I don't care. Playoff time, I do not care. I can't pick Russell Wilson. They have a good defense though. But it's against the Eagles and Lions. I think the NFC has. I think if the Lions were to play, which they just played the Ravens and beat them. If they play the Bills, I think they beat them. I think the Eagles play the Chiefs, they beat them. I think the Bills might beat The line, like I think there's a little more, but if I had to pick, I think the Eagles and Lions are the better teams of the AFC.
Yeah, after the Eagles and Lions, I think the next best two teams are the Vikings and the Packers.
Yeah,
the NFC West and South, like those teams are. It's a crapshoot for who gets them.
Yeah, the Eagles are just hoping they don't play the Buccaneers in the playoffs. They're just literally saying, "Please God, just do not play the Bucs."
Baker's going for Sirianni's job, man.
Dude, or whatever. Like, I'm telling you this because Eagles fans have told me they just don't want to play the Buccaneers. They just like, nope, it's just bad juju for them. Baker owns Philadelphia.
Yeah, I'm all here for it. It's interesting the way I think the Lions are so hurt on defense too, dude. It's going to be a struggle for them going forward if
they'll get some players back for the playoffs. Like, I mean, obviously Aiden Hutchinson is a long shot for the Super Bowl supposedly, but I don't even know if I want to play him.
Oh man, because I think the Chiefs, they're gearing up to be upset somewhere in the playoffs.
Yeah,
they've already got a player hurt. I saw one of the refs got carted off this past weekend. So, like, oh, man, another Chiefs player down.
Oh, my God. I remember everyone reacting to that game because the dude called a false start. And, dude. Chiefs give off 2022 Vikings vibes. I will say that, though. They're winning games where they shouldn't.
100%. Or the 2024 Vikings as well. They're kind of in that same boat.
Yeah, the Vikings are also starting to get a lot lucky on their schedule for sure.
10-2. They're not a 10-2 team.
No. Who do they have for us this season? Because like they're for sure going to make playoffs, even if they lose out. I think they'll be the 7th seed. So
yeah, I think you're. I think they're geared up for that point. Hey, they just picked up their Super Bowl winning quarterback. Daniel Jones is going to take them to promised land. They play Atlanta, the Bears, Seahawks, Packers, and Detroit. So not easy games. 3 division games.
They just need to win one. They just need to win one of those, honestly, and they're still like.
Wow.
Yeah.
Funny, they only play one non-playoff team. At this point, Atlanta, Seattle, Green Bay, and Detroit are all in the playoffs. Chicago's the only non-playoff team.
Yeah, and it's a divisional game. They have 3 divisional games at the end of the year. That's rough.
It's not great, Bob. It's not great.
Nope. Nope.
Alrighty, folks, that is our time. The light's flashing there saying to shut us off. We cannot be giving out any more information at this point in time. Make sure you come and hang out with us tomorrow. We'll be starting with the first half of the game, start sit choices. Me and Brennan here all the time on Too Much Fantasy Football on the Fantasy Football Advice Network. If they're looking for more of you, man, where do they find you?
I'm at X at FFAMB and then the Fantasy Football Advice Network Facebook group page.
Yeah, he is. Damn straight every time. And if you're looking for more of me, it's at @too_much_Brian or at @too_much_Brian, depending on which platform you're on. You find out for yourself. Search them both. You'll find me. But until then, we got to get out of here, folks. We'll see you next time.
We are here. We are here. FantasySportsAdvice.com, offering the best fantasy sports social media platform. Why join endless Discord communities or the trolls of Reddit? Fantasy Sports Advice is a community designed to help you win with 24/7 support.